Hello, and thank you for joining us for another set of readings of Lotus Love Tarot 555. And before I get started, I want to first and foremost say thank you once again for all of your beautiful comments, your inspiration that you give to me. This continues to allow me to do what I'm doing for you, and I never want to start any readings without first and foremost saying thank you to you. Now, before me is a display of beautiful artwork. But it's not even about the display of artwork. It's about what's in the bottles. What's in each one of these bottles are special messages that have been prepared. These bottles have been prayed over, and the messages have resonated through readings for each one of these bottles. These bottles were specially handcrafted by Twin Flame Experience 1111, which can be located on Instagram. So please go follow that page. But I wanted to display these bottles because you're gonna get an opportunity to actually purchase each one of these bottles or whichever one resonates with you. But the beauty of this, once again, is the messages that's in the bottles. And remember, the bottles are called Blessed Bottles. So we're so excited about the unveiling of this. We're so excited about the messages, and we know that if the bottle resonates with you, the message that is inside is going to truly touch your life. Now, for those who have heard my introductions before, go ahead and fast forward through this portion. For those who are new, just to give you a little bit of tidbits about this reading. First of all, product is going to be able to be available immediately following this introduction. And if you hear me just flip a little bit with my wording, remember, Mercury is in retrograde, so our communication is a little messed up right now. But just continuing, you can apply this to your sun, your moon, your rising, and even your Venus sign. Now remember that the messages do flip-flop, so if it doesn't relate to you, it could relate to your partner. Oh, and hello to our cross-watchers out there. Now remember, there's no time limit to these videos. It could have happened 3 months ago, it could happen today, or it could happen in the near future. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Lotus Love Tarot 555, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, after hearing the reading, if the reading resonates with you, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. And if it doesn't resonate with you, but you do think that it would be a blessing to someone's life, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up anyway. Remember that private readings are available, and information pertaining to that can be found below. Now, just a little bit about this full moon reading. It is called the full worm moon, and it will occur on March 21st. It's going to be the same day as the first day of spring. But the reason that they call it this full super worm moon is because, first of all, it's going to be closest to the earth. This is our third super moon this year. And they call it a super moon because it's going to be the brightest and biggest moon than normal. But in cold climate, the ground begins to thaw this time of year. And so that's when earthworms appear. And case in point, that is how it gets the name, the full worm moon. So at this time, we will proceed into our reading. We have already shuffled, so we can go ahead and fast forward through that portion. Now, on to your reading. Hello, my Cancers. Let's get right into your reading. Holy Spirit, Divine Creative Universe, what messages need to go forth for the sign of Cancer as they begin to set their intentions for the full super worm moon occurring on March 21st, 2019? What messages need to go forth for the sign of Cancer? What Black Cancers need to know? Okay? Any more messages for the sign of Cancer? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, Cancers, what is going on? Oh my goodness. Holy Spirit, Divine Creative Universe, what messages need to go forth for the sign of Cancer as they begin to set their intentions for the super worm moon, okay? All right, we have some things going on that we need to talk about. Holy Spirit, Divine Creator, Universe, messages need to go forth for the sign of Cancer as they begin to set their intentions for the full super worm moon occurring on March 21st, 2019. What messages need to go forth for the sign of Cancer as they begin to set their intentions for the full super worm moon occurring on March 21st, 2019? What messages need to go forth? Okay, my Cancers, we got some things we need to talk about. Holy Spirit, Divine Creator, the Universe, what messages need to go forth for the sign of Cancer as they begin to set their intentions for the full super worm moon occurring on March 21st, 2019. What messages need to go forth for the sign of Cancer? Okay. Oh, okay, we got, okay. Let's get these in order. All right. All right, my Cancers. Right out the gate, we got pay attention to the red flags. It said the signs are cautioning you. So therefore, Spirit has been trying to give you messages and you are ignoring them. So you got to pay attention to the red flags. And finances and career right now, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So there's things going on with you financially. Let me just hold right here because this is what I'm getting on this. That the reason they're telling you to pay attention to your red flags because you might be getting some type of warning that you shouldn't be spending as much as you're spending and you're doing it anyway. You may be receiving information in the mail on some debt that you have and you're refusing to pay it. You could just be dreaming about some things that you should not be purchasing and you're thinking about going ahead and doing it anyway. You could maybe be filling out applications to get a car or a house or maybe a major purchase, knowing in your gut you should not be making that move right now. But you're deciding to do it anyway because you're not paying attention to the red flags, and that's why it's a factor in your relationship. Okay? And then it has release your ex. Now, the time has come to clear your energy. It doesn't get any more clear than this. So you could have had some situations with this person financially, and that's why Spirit is telling you to release it. Remember, the messages could flip-flop. So if either you or your partner is having some problems with handling money, and it's to the point that you all can't even move forward together as a couple, and that's why you might have to release your ex. Okay, but let's just keep talking about this. I don't want you to think right now that you can just cut this video off and you already know what you need to do, because you never know. Once we begin to get direction, you just never know how this can end up. But let's just keep going. Then it says Father healing. It says your personal power increases as you give any related issues to heaven. I always say this. Our relationships with our parents really impact our relationships, our romantic relationships with our partners. So you could be in a relationship with your father, whereas you all aren't getting along. Your father may have been one that didn't handle money right, and now it's affecting you. Okay, now this is affecting you. And that's probably why they're saying, heal the relationship with your dad. Heal the relationship knowing that he didn't handle money correctly. He didn't do what he needed to do to support you. You may have been dealing with a father that never gave any child support. I don't know. It could be any of those situations. But clearly, this situation is affecting where you are right now. And this situation with your father needs to be healed, which is going to hugely impact this relationship, okay? But I feel like once you start moving in the direction of paying attention to those red flags, listening to it, the spirit is trying to tell you that it says you will be on the right path, okay? You'll be on the right path. but you got to deal with your self-respect first. Okay, and when I talk about self-respect, I always directly relate this to money as well. Because I always say this, if you don't respect money, you don't respect yourself. You got to respect money, because money has a way of making a fool out of us sometimes, because we don't know how to navigate through it when we have it, and we don't know what to do with it appropriately. And so that's hugely important. But once you begin to make the right decisions, knowing that you're on the right path, you deal with your self-respect, you are going to be guarded and protected. But I cannot stress this enough about paying attention to the red flags. You've been ignoring God. You've been ignoring Spirit. You've been ignoring the signals that you have been given. And that's why you're in a point now that you may have to break it off with somebody because of you ignoring the signs. And it's directly related to poor finances. Okay, not handling your money right. So let's just keep going. But it says yes, and I think this yes is going directly with you being on the right path. If your mind is right, healing the situation with your father, and knowing that you're guarded and protected and dealing with your self-respect, the card is saying, yes, this is where you need to be. This is where you need to be. Let's just keep moving. If you believe, now this is a powerful card, and people might look at it and think that it's not. This will only manifest if you believe that it can. This will only manifest if you do the things that you're supposed to do. This will only manifest if you will follow the instructions of what God has given to you. And if you don't follow the instruction, it can't manifest. But if you follow the instructions and if you believe, look at the next card. It says big happy changes. Okay? Things will begin to happen for you if you believe. If you stay on the right path, yes, stay right there. If you believe, there are going to be big happy changes, but there's some things that you need to do. And it's going to happen in God's perfect timing. It's not going to happen a day sooner than that. But you have some work that you need to do. You have some situation that the situation needs to be handled. And meditation brings answers. This is prayer. See, look, you can look in here and see that the man is praying, or the women, or whatever. Okay, they're praying. But I mean, this, I don't even know where else to go with this. It's clear. You need to deal with the situation with your father. Okay? You need to deal with the situation. You need to deal with your situation with this money right now, because you're on the brink of a breakup. But I feel like if you get yourself under control, everything will be okay. Well, it says everything's going to be okay, but it's only going to be okay if you believe. If you believe, things are going to change for the better. Okay, my loves? Until next time, and remember that we do have private readings available, and information can be found below. Love you guys so much. Bye-bye.